Yo, welcome to Star 5 Institute. Today is Friday, July the 12th, 2019. It's currently 6:24 p.m. This is my second attempt of doing this. Again, my apology for any interruption. Taxpayers will foot the $10,000 a year bill so a disabled lesbian woman who can't masturbate can see a therapist to provide her a sexual release. This article came out by Charlotte Cap for Daily Mail Australia. So this is in Australia. All right, let's dig in. The woman is in her 40s and has multiple sclerosis. This is a very serious disease right there, or condition. Excuse me if I offended folks out there, and cannot have a partner. If she did have a partner, she could not stimulate that person. The tribunal read. The tribunal. I guess over there in Australia they call them tribunal, but over there we call them courtroom or court. The court found the support would help her develop socially and emotionally. Disability advocates labeled the outcome as fantastic win for the women. NDIS Minister Stuart Robert said the article said the agency would appeal the landmark decision. A disabled woman has won the right to see a taxpayer funded sex therapist to reach sexual release, costing over $10,000 a year. The landmark decisions to allow an Australian woman in her 40s with multiple scale scoliosis to access national disability insurance. So that's what the NDIS stands for. Scheme funded visits to a specially trained sex therapist was bid on Monday. So you know what? Let me. So that means like every time she has some urge and she wanted to masturbate, and she has to go to the sexual therapist, and then that sexual therapist will provide her with some release. I don't know if I don't know if they will do it, if they will use something to release her, but that's what this article says. So the woman has been unable to masturbate and doesn't expect ever to have a partner to help her obtain sexual release due to her disability. The Daily Telegraph report. Her NDIS application to use a sex therapist was originally rejected under the grounds the service does not cover sexual services. Okay, I remember when I was into filmmaking, which I'm still is. It's just like I'm dead broke. Well, okay. I remember watching Mean Street by uh Martin Martin Scorsese. It's a great movie. I recommend it. And Martin, he has a, well, I would say he doesn't hate, but he despises epilepsy. Okay, so in that movie, there's this woman. It was pretty mean. Again, this movie was made back in the 1970s. I believe that was 1974. So in the movie, there was a woman. She has epilepsy, and during a sex scene, she has like an episode, and I believe in the DVD thing, somebody mentioned. I think it was Martin mentioned that he despised epilepsy. I think his sister or family member has it, and I know a person that has the scoliosis, MS, multiple scoliosis, and she was having a session, a romantic session with her partner, and then something happened and she ended up in the hospital. So, and it, and the years coming, it become much more progressive. It's become much more persistent, and now she barely can have sex because the condition is worsened. So I over there in the US, they don't really considering that as a disability. It's just like, hey, you have a condition. This is just like, hey, you are perfect. So yeah, whatever, man. We're not going to pay 10 G's for you to masturbate and stuff like that. So, but hey, and again, that's how things goes. So as I have found, the support will help her releases her potential for social and emotional development and to participate in social life. According the Guardian. Okay, who was writing there? According the Guardian, the judgment also found if she did have a partner, it would be unlikely that that person would undertake the activity which the training therapist would perform to enable the applicant to achieve such form of release as she's capable of achieving. So what the hell? What's going on? What kind of grammar is this? I don't know. I guess that's how they talk over there in Australia. I believe they meant according to the Guardian, and then comma, the judgment also found she did have a part. I think that's what they meant. But hey, whoever wrote this, I understand. Matthew Bowden, the co-chief executive of People with Disability Australia, describes the case as a fantastic win for this woman with disability. It acknowledges her right as a woman with disability for an ordinary life that includes sexual satisfaction, and that her disability impacts directly on her ability to self pleasure and in turn give sexual pleasure, he said. He also said sex therapy did not provide direct hands on sexual services. This is the work of sex workers, particularly those who have developed specialist skills on what specialist skills in working with people with disabilities. So over there in Australia, they call them sex workers. And here in the US, if you call somebody a sex worker, especially a woman, that means you're calling her a prostitute, a whore, a hood rat, or sex workers. I believe over here they got a name for them. Sex therapists, I believe. That's what they call them. But anyway, NDIS Minister Stuart Roberts said the National Disability Insurance Agency will appeal the decision. The current position continued to be that the NDIS does not cover sexual services. I mean, if they do, there will be all. I'm pretty sure there will be a massive amount of men that would go over there and claiming they have MS so they could have that therapist masturbating them. I believe I'm pretty sure some men will do that. See, and if the sex therapist is a very attractive woman, I have no doubt some men will go over there and claim they have MS, they cannot do anything, and they have to come over there, and taxpayer have to pay the 10 G so that women can release them. Okay, so I'm pretty sure of that. Give me a second. All right. The current position continues to be that the NDIS does not cover sexual services. Sexual therapy or sex workers, I don't like the sex workers, and participants, NDIS plan, he said. These services are not in line with community expectations or of what are reasonable and necessary supports. But Mr. Bowden said services that facilitate sexual expression had been a long standing position of previous operating state disability services. He said that the public understands that if a person with disabilities is unable to reach their own genitals, that paid assistance would be a reasonable and necessary support. I'm not quite sure what her disability is. I believe she cannot reach her genital. Okay, forgive me guys, this thing keep playing things in the background. Um, but I believe some men will come up with something, to go over there and say, "Hey, I can't reach my genitals, so hey, release me." The tribunal accept the woman's claim that achieving sexual release as a result of the services or specialized sex therapists was good for her mental well-being, her emotional well-being, and her physical well-being. Ah, over there in Australia, they call them well-being. Over here, we call them welfare. Her mental welfare, her emotional welfare, and her physical welfare. The woman told the tribunal her mood was less dull. It releases tension and anxiety and improves her outlook on life. The once a month service will cost taxpayer $10,800 a year. Now that's once a month. Can you imagine? Okay, there's a girl. She's 16 years old. She put a post a story. Let me see if I can grab it right quick. Um. Okay, there's. All right. That's she posted this. She said, "Oh, she said, I am undergoing counseling for depression. I've been masturbating now. I've been experiencing some pain in the clitoral region. What should I do? I am a 16-year-old girl. I've been diagnosed with depression. That's what causing the depression. That's a part of it. Okay, so and I'm undergoing counseling for it. I've been masturbating for the last 4 years using a shower head. I masturbated a lot, at least 3 to 10 times a day, and also experience almost the same number of orgasms. Of late, I've been experiencing some pain in the clitoral region. I am worried that my clitoris is becoming desensitized. It is a possibility. Please also advise on ways to reduce or stop masturbating. I am not actually addicted to it. Oh no, you are. You are addicted. Like 3 to 10 times a day. And you got this women right there. This service is going to cost, it's like once a month, it's $10,000. So if it was this girl and she had to do this like ten times a day, okay, that's like $10,800 a day. Now let's see, let's do a quick math right there. Okay, so it's $10,800 a day for her for 30 days would be 324,000, and in a year that would have cost taxpayer $3.8 million, or $3,888,000. So that's what the FAP does to you, man. So and this story right there, guys, I have so many stories like those girls are suffering from masturbation, but this one is coming from India, so that's why they have them in India. It's kind of like an epidemic. So the reason why I don't want to post it anything from underage girls is just like YouTube, the algorithm, and then people will complain. They might report me as a pervert, and they will not understand this. You got some very religious people out there. They are very conservative. Not that mean they are political conservative, but they don't like when you say anything underage. Like for this girl, she's 16 and she's been doing this for 4 years. That means she started at 12 with the shower head, and now she got pain in there. So, and this is what we've been warning about: masturbation will destroy you. Okay, so all right, guys. So hey, man, let me know what you think. So I don't want to do any of those things because, again, YouTube. So I'll see you guys later. Peace and blessing. Honor and respect to all.